Thank you. And I will speak on the bill. First, let me preface my comments by saying that I respect all members in this chamber, and my words are not going to be critical of any member in this chamber, but I am going to be critical of a process that has led us to this point where people are beginning to say, you know, how long are we going to be here? When is this budget going to come to an end? When are you going to vote on this thing? And we on this side are asking questions because we frankly have been excluded from the process. We haven't been at the table. And with all due respect to my colleagues, from what I'm hearing to the answers to certain questions, I don't think you were at the table either. I don't think you had a part in these negotiations. I think the negotiations were done behind closed doors by 3 New York City Democrats in a room. I refer to them as the unholy trinity. This group has created a budget that has been characterized as, by the Albany Times-Union, not a bastion of republicanism. State budget still too high. The New York Daily News, not exactly a bastion of republicanism. Democrats will pay for this. The New York Post, setting back New York back 30 years. Newsday, Albany gives Long Island a slap. The Syracuse Post-Standard, New York leaders brag about cutting spending when budget is actually 10% larger. So much for debate. Again, the Syracuse Post-Standard, stimulus cash drives Albany's fuzzy math. The Rochester Democrat and Chronicle, taxes, fees add up to New York budget. Upstate New York, the Rochester Democrat Chronicle, upstate New York business leaders to lobby against this budget. State spending, massive tax hikes draw waves of protest. The Buffalo News. A rising utility taxes, Senator Parker, is not the solution. The Buffalo News. The Watertown Daily Times. Budget secrecy. Binghamton Press and Sun Bulletin. Editorial. Never enough. New York Math. Increased spending 9% despite $17 billion gap. I could go on and on. They're all over the place. Go into the blogs. Go into anything you want. The process that has led us to this point has been closed, secretive, and negative. It was not open. People are not privy to the numbers. People are not privy to the information. You're trying to defend something that, frankly, is indefensible. This budget spends too much. It taxes too much. It makes no hard decisions. It does all the wrong things for all the wrong reasons. It should not be passed. It should be voted down. It should have been changed. I gave the governor a lot of credit. He introduced the budget in December, trying to get a head start. I had great confidence in him at that time. He was making the right comments. He was talking about cutting spending and making serious changes in the way we do business up here. And then something happened. The stimulus happened. And this is a process that has led us to absolute chaos in this House and chaos in this budget process. I don't believe you were at the table. We certainly were at the table, which is why we're asking all these questions, trying to get answers so we can go back to our constituents and give them answers in response to what they're reading. Your phones and our phones are ringing off the hook. People want to know, how could you possibly support a budget that's all its taxes and only 3 people negotiated it? The answer is, you can't. Madam President, Mr. President, guys, you guys change quick. Mr. President, frankly, I would prefer Andrea up there. But no, David, but no hard feelings. No hard feelings and no disrespect. Ladies and gentlemen, this process has got to change. This is bad news. Our constituents deserve better. The taxpayers deserve better. And quite frankly, we all collectively deserve better than this, which led us to this day. Thank you very much.